Does the salmon look good here? I asked, trying to sound casual. Liam didn't even glance at the menu, huh? Yeah, sure. He was staring again at her. Elena laughed at something the waiter said. It wasn't that funny. Her fingers brushed Liam's wrist as she reached for the wine bottle. His lips curled into a smile. The soft kind he used to give me. I stabbed my straw into the ice water. I think I'll get the chicken, I said louder. He blinked, turning to me like I'd interrupted something. What, the chicken? I repeated. Sounds nice. Right? Sounds good, he muttered. Looking back at Elena. My stomach twisted. So? I tried again. You said your boss liked the pitch today. He nodded but didn't look at me. Yeah. It went okay. Elena turned, eyes gleaming. More. Then okay, Liam carried the whole thing. I was just the background voice. He chuckled. Nah. We were a team. I looked between them. A team? Funny. I thought we were the team. Elena leaned closer, lowering her voice. You always know what to say. You should have seen him, Arya, so smooth. I almost bought her own product. I forced a smile. That's Liam, smooth talker. He winced slightly at my tone. Good. The waiter returned, ready to order. Yes, I said quickly. I'll have the grilled chicken with you actually, Elena interrupted. Can we get another bottle of this Shiraz first? It's divine, of course, the waiter nodded, taking the bottle. I paused. Okay, I'll just wait then. Liam leaned his elbow on the table, turning to Elena again. So? Tell her about the client's cat. Oh my God, she laughed, brushing hair behind her ear. You won't believe it, Arya. This woman brought her cat to the meeting like in a stroller. She said the cat needed emotional support, Liam added. I tried to laugh with them. That's adorable. Adorably insane, Elena giggled. But Liam handled it like a pro. I'd have cracked up, he grinned. Gotta stay professional. I bet, I said flatly, picking at the edge of my napkin. You two make a good pair. They both paused. Elena tilted her head. You okay, Arya? Of course. Just tired. Liam finally looked at me properly, his brow furrowed. We can go after dinner if you want. No, I replied too fast. Let's stay. He nodded slowly but looked unsure. The wine came, and Elena poured his glass first, of course, then hers. She didn't ask me. I'll stick to water, I said before she offered. She clinked her glass against his. To teamwork, he smiled, lifting his glass. I didn't miss the way their fingers brushed again. As they talked, I faded into the background watching, waiting, counting how many seconds he smiled at her. 8. How many times she touched him? 3. How many times he looked at me like I mattered. 0. So? I said after the food arrived. How long have you two been working this close? Liam answered, without hesitation. Couple months, Elena added. Since he saved my butt on that social media campaign. You know he works late, right? Like, way past midnight sometimes though. I know, I said, staring at Liam. I wait for him. He shifted in his seat. It's not like that. Not like what? He looked annoyed. Arya? I didn't say anything. You're implying something. I'm just observing. Elena looked between us. Maybe I should know. I cut in. Please, stay. You're clearly part of the family now. Liam groaned. Come on. Don't do this here. Do what? I snapped. Notice how different you are around her. The way you laugh. The way you listen, Elena set her glass down. Maybe this isn't. I'll go, I said, standing abruptly. I lost my appetite. Liam stood too. Arya, don't. I didn't wait. I walked out. As I stepped into the cold air, I let out a breath I didn't realize I'd been holding. My heart pounded in my ears. I wasn't the jealous type. I never had been. But sometimes. The way he looked at her like she was a song stuck in his head. And I was just the silence that followed. As I blinked in the dark, to 07 a.m. the screen lit up his face like a flashlight in a cave. He tilted it away. I stayed still. Work? Asked softly, eyes on the ceiling. He hesitated. Yeah. Another buzz. Then the soft taps of his fingers dancing on glass. You texting or writing a novel? I said it's work, Arya. I turned toward him. I didn't accuse you, he sighed. Then don't sound like you are. I bit my lip. Sorry. Silence. Do you want me to turn it off? He asked finally. No. Just do what you need to. He turned away. I stared at his back, broad, familiar, cold. I whispered, "Who are you smiling at?" He didn't respond. Maybe he didn't hear. Or maybe he chose not to. The next morning, I stirred eggs while he scrolled through his phone at the table. "You want coffee?" I asked. "Yeah." "Black." I poured his cup. "Late night?" "Yeah." "With work or with Elena?" He looked up slowly. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing." "You sure?" Because it sounded like something. I forced a smile. "It's just a question." "Then here's mine. Why does her name always come up like it's poison?" I shrugged. "I don't know." "Why does she text you at 2 a.m.? He scoffed. "You checking my phone now?" "No." "But the screen lights up." "Liam, I'm not blind." He got up, grabbing his coat. "I don't have time for this, right?" "You never do." He stopped at the door, turned back. "I love you, Arya. Don't forget that. Then maybe remind me because lately, I don't feel it." The door clicked shut behind him. Later that night, I sat on the floor with a box of old pictures, our first vacation, our second anniversary. That blurry shot of us dancing in the kitchen. His eyes in those pictures, God. They used to look at me like I was the only person on earth. When did that stop? My phone buzzed. "Maya? You okay?" "Me?" "Define okay, Maya." He being weird again. "Me?" "He's somewhere else lately, Maya." "Emotionally or physically?" "Me?" "Both." "Maya? Want me to come over?" "Me? No. I need to sit in this for a minute." "Maya, don't sit in it too long, you'll drown." She was right. I was already halfway under. At midnight, Liam came home, quiet like always. "Now, hey." He mumbled, "Hey." He loosened his tie, sat beside me on the couch. I brought ice cream. "I'm not in the mood." He studied me. "You used to beg for this flavor." "I used to beg for a lot of things." He frowned. "Why are you always picking a fight?" "Because we don't talk, Liam. We exist next to each other like strangers with matching keys." He ran a hand through his hair. "I'm tired, Arya." "Then sleep." He reached for the remote. I stood up. "Do you still love me?" I asked. He blinked. "What?" "It's not a trick question." He paused. "Yeah, of course I do." "Then why does it feel like I'm always talking to a wall?" "I'm doing my best, okay?" "No. You're doing the bare minimum and hoping I won't notice." He stared at me, jaw tight. "I don't know what you want from me." "I want the truth." He looked away. I walked into the bedroom, hard thudding, and saw his phone on the nightstand. No passcode, just open, waiting. My fingers hovered, one swipe. Just one. I stared at the screen. And then I backed away. No. Not like this. I climbed into bed, turning to face the wall. At 3 a.m. He turned toward me in the dark. "Are you awake?" He whispered. I pretended not to hear. "I miss how we used to be." "Still." I said nothing because I wasn't sure I missed it anymore. I wasn't snooping. Not really. I was looking for candles. The drawer stuck, and the envelope popped out like it had something to confess. One receipt. That's all it took. I stared at the total. $275, gold-plated. Necklace with garnet stone. Purchased 2 days before our anniversary. I closed the drawer. No gift. No mention, nothing. I waited. That evening, I placed a receipt on the kitchen counter like a silent bomb. "Hey," Liam said, walking in. "Something smells good." I didn't smile. "Found this while looking for matches." He picked it up. Froze. "It's just a necklace." "Yeah. I can read." "Who's it for?" He hesitated too long. "My sister." "Lauren." He nodded. "She hates jewelry. She doesn't anymore." I folded my arms. "Really?" "That's new because last Christmas, she said wearing earrings felt like dragging bricks on her earlobes." He looked annoyed. "Why does this matter?" "Because we've been together for years, and not once have you remembered our anniversary with more than flowers from the gas station." "I didn't think it was a big deal this year." "No." I cut him off. "You didn't think I'd notice." He scoffed. "You're being paranoid." "I'm being observant." "Why are you always starting something? Why are you always hiding something?" He grabbed his coat again. "I'm done with this conversation." I slammed the door before he could come over. Maya said through the phone. "Now." I drove to her place, receipt still burning in my jacket pocket. She opened the door in sweatpants in rage. Sit. Wine. Bottle. She poured. Tell me everything, she said. Curling up beside me, I exhaled. He said the necklace was for Lauren. Maya raised a brow. Did Lauren also post a picture of herself wearing it with the caption he remembers everything? I blinked. Wait, what? She handed me her phone, Elena, the garnet necklace. Her head tilted just enough for the pendant to glint in the sunlight, and that damn caption. My stomach dropped. No, that's the same. Yep, Maya said. You think I wouldn't check her profile the second you told me? I stared at the photo. He told me it was for his sister. He told you what you needed to hear, not what was true. I swallowed hard. I feel stupid. You're not stupid, Maya said. You're in love. There's a difference. I traced the edge of my wine glass. I keep thinking I'm overreacting. Girl, she said, locking eyes with me. If he's giving her gifts and giving you excuses, he's not your man. He's hers with your title. I winced. God, that hurts. It's supposed to. That's how truth lands. Later that night, I sat on my bed and pulled out the navy dress I bought last month. The one I planned to wear on our anniversary. I never wore it. We never went out. He forgot the reservation. I'm sorry, babe. Work ran late. He remembered to work. He remembered to text Elena. He remembered everything, just not me. When he walked in at midnight, I was still wearing the dress. He blinked. What's the occasion? Just wanted to remind myself I exist. He laughed. Like I was joking. Looks good on you. I wouldn't know. You've never seen it. He dropped his keys. What's going on? You gave her the necklace, didn't you? He paused. Who? I tilted my head. Seriously. He looked away. It wasn't like that. Oh? Then how was it? It was. She was having a rough week. I thought it would cheer her up. And I wasn't worth cheering up. He frowned. That's not fair. No. What's not fair is watching you light up for someone else while dimming everything in me. Arya. I saw the picture. The caption. I saw everything. He opened his mouth. Closed it. I nodded. Exactly. He sat on the edge of the bed. I didn't mean to hurt you. Then why does it feel like you're cutting me with every choice you make? He ran a hand through his hair. I don't know how we got here. You stopped choosing me. That's how. He looked like he might cry. But I didn't care. I was already bleeding. That night, I placed the navy dress back in my closet. Not because I'd wear it for him, but because one day, someone will see me in it and mean it. He left his phone on the nightstand. Unlocked. I swear I didn't plan to look. But it buzzed. Once. Twice. Elena, thinking about you. That thing you said last night, still stuck in my head. I blanked. No emojis, no hearts, just words, but they felt like daggers. My fingers hovered. I looked at him fast asleep. One arm slung over the blanket like he hadn't just handed me the blade. One tap. That's all it took. Elena, when you said I'm your safe space. I've never had someone say that before. Liam, it's true. You calm me. It's different with you. Different with her. Different from what? Me? More text. Liam. Arya doesn't get it. She listens. But you hear me, Elena. You deserve to be heard. My chest tightened. He told her things I'd begged him to say to me. For years. Late at night when I asked, what's in your mind? He always replied, nothing. Guess it just wasn't for me to know. I kept scrolling. Elena, wish I could be there tonight. I miss your laugh. Liam, soon. Let's make time soon. Soon, like he was scheduling joy, like I was a delay. I opened our photos, or tried to. Nothing. The last picture of us was gone. Deleted. I checked his downloads. A new song file. I opened it. That's when I cracked. It was her song. Or it used to be. Now it was a link from her. She'd sent it with, this made me think of you. Of course it did, because apparently, everything does. He stirred beside me. I locked the phone. Tossed it back. Breathed through the burn in my throat. Arya? He mumbled. Yeah. You okay? I swallowed hard, just couldn't sleep. He reached for my hand. I let him. His touch used to feel like home. Now it felt like a cover-up. The next morning, I stood at the kitchen sink, staring into the soapy water like it had answers. He walked in, yawning. Morning. Morning. He poured coffee like nothing. Was fractured. Sleep okay, sure. He glanced at me. You sound off. Guess I'm just full. Full of what? Questions. He froze mid-sip. Okay, shoot. I turned. Who's your safe space? He blinked. What simple question? He set his mug down. Why would you ask that? Elena seems to think it's her. His jaw tightened. You went through my phone. It was open. You invaded my privacy. You gave it away. He stepped closer. It's not what it looks like. Then explain what it is. We talk. That's it. No. You feel with her. You laugh with her. You share with her. You give her the pieces of you I had to beg for. He opened his mouth, then closed it again. I shook my head. You called her your safe space. I didn't mean it like that. How else could you possibly mean it? She's easy to talk to. And I'm not? You twist everything into an argument. Because I'm the one watching my relationship die while you pretend it's alive. He stepped back. You don't understand, you're right. I said coldly. I don't understand how the man I live with, sleep next to, love would rather text another woman about the storm in his chest than talk to me. I didn't cheat. No. You just emotionally replaced me. He looked broken. Arya? I saw you deleted our photo. He hesitated. I continued, and I saw the song. He rubbed his face. It was a moment. I was frustrated. You were intimate. Emotionally, that's worse. Worse than what? Than sex, I whispered. Because you gave her the version of you I fought to know. Silence. I grabbed my coat. Where are you going? I don't know. Can we talk later? No. When? Then when? You're ready to answer a question without a lie. I left before I cried. Because if I cried, he'd win again. It started with laughter. His dot muffled behind the closed bathroom door. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop. But then I heard my name. She used to count the tiles on the ceiling during panic attacks, he said. Voice low, amused like you won, too. Threed like it would stop her from spinning. A pause. Then her laugh. Elena. Double quotes. Oh my God, she giggled. That's kind of cute and sad, I know, right? I thought she was possessed the first time she did it. He laughed again. They both did. My stomach twisted. I pressed my palm against the wall. Tried to breathe. Did he really just? He kept going. She's got the story about why she hates elevators. Something about her dad locking her in one as a kid. Aliyah, yeah? He thought it was a joke. She freaked out. Whole drama. Crying, shaking. She told you that. She cried when she did. Oh wow. Elena whispered. You're like her therapist. She's emotionally fragile. Double quotes. No. He came out 10 minutes later, grinning at his phone. Who was that? I asked, calmly. He jumped. Jesus, you scared me. Who were you talking to? He scratched his neck. Just Elena. Of course. Why? I heard you. He blinked. Heard what? The way you made my pain into a punchline. He froze. I took a step forward. I told you that elevator story because I trusted you. I cried when I said it and you joked about it. It wasn't like that. Then what was it like? It was just a dumb moment. I didn't mean it. You never mean it. But you always do it, he sighed. You're overreacting. I laughed. Classic. Dismiss it. Make me the problem again. Arya. Come on. I begged you not to weaponize my past. He looked away. I whispered. And you did anyway. He didn't speak, didn't apologize, didn't even look at me. I turned and walked to the bedroom. My hands shook as I sat on the edge of the bed. Breathe. Just breathe. Count the tiles if you have to. No. Not anymore. Not for him. I opened my phone and stared at the contact list. My thumb hovered, then landed on a name I hadn't tapped in 2 years. Kai. I stared at the screen. Typing. Deleting. Typing again. Me. Hey. You still up? The reply came instantly. Kai. Always. You okay? Me. No. Kai. Want me to come get you? Me. Can we just talk first? Kai. Always. We hadn't spoken since the night I chose Liam over everyone else who warned me, especially Kai. But right now, I didn't care. I needed someone who wouldn't laugh at my pain. Hey. He answered on the first ring. Hi. You sound off. I swallowed. I don't know where to start. Try the middle. I exhaled a shaky breath. He used my anxiety as a joke. To her silence, he laughed. About how I count tiles, about the elevator, about my dad more. Silence, then, Arya. He called me emotionally fragile like I'm some sad pet project. I expected pity. Kai gave me something else. Do I need to come over and beat someone's ass? I choked out a laugh. That's not why I called. Then why? I don't know. God, I feel stupid. No. Don't do that. I gave him all of me, my secrets, my raw, my cracked parts. And he handed them to someone else. Like party favors, Kai breathed hard through the phone. You don't deserve that. I feel naked. Like everyone can see it now, my fears, my panic, my shame. You're not shameful, you're brave. You survive things he can't even imagine. I closed my eyes. Let his words hold me. I should have listened to you, I whispered. He paused. I never wanted to be right. Silence stretched. Then he said softly. He doesn't get to break you and wear your strength like a souvenir. Something inside me shifted. I hate him right now, I said. I don't know if it's heartbreak or rage, maybe both. I want him to feel what I feel, then show him what it looks like when someone refuses to be broken again. We talked for another hour. Not about Liam. Just about life, music, random memories. I'd forgotten how light it could feel talking without fear, laughing without suspicion. After I hung up, I stared at my reflection in the mirror, eyes swollen. But no longer from sadness, something burned behind them now. Not tears. Fuel. I wasn't done. He thought he could take my pain and parade it. But he forgot who gave it. Meaning in the first place. Me. And I was taking it back. The restaurant was warm, low light. A flicker of candles dancing between us like they knew we were both trying not to fall apart. I still can't believe you actually texted me, Kai said, grinning. I thought you forgot I existed. I didn't, I murmured, tracing the rim of my glass. I just forgot who I was. His smile faded. Is he still making you feel small? I laughed, but it sounded like it didn't belong to me. It's not even the big things, you know? It's the quiet ignoring, the disappearing act, the way he never looks up when I walk in. Kai tilted his head. He's blind then because. Damn, I looked up. What, that dress, he said softly, it's beautiful. But more than that, you look like yourself again. My heart stuttered. He never said anything about it, I said, mostly to my wine. Not even a glance. Kai's voice was calm. Then he's an idiot. Because you just walked in here and reset the atmosphere, I smiled. You always say things like that. Because they're true. He shrugged. I've always seen you, even when you didn't. We sat in silence. Not the awkward kind. The kind where your body exhales things your brain hasn't processed yet. Kai, I whispered. Can I tell you something without you fixing it? Always. I'm tired of pretending that crumbs are a feast, that a like on Instagram is love. That silence is peace. He nodded. You've been starving, emotionally, yeah. But I didn't even notice until someone else fed me kindness. His eyes held mine. Was that me? Yes. He didn't smile. He didn't blush. He just held space for me like it was sacred. You remember that summer? I said, when I couldn't get out of bed for 3 days? Of course I do. He said I was being dramatic, that I needed to shake it off you. You just sat on the floor next to me, quiet, but present. Kai leaned forward. I didn't know what to say, but I knew not to leave. I swallowed. The knot in my throat. You knew more than most. A song played in the background, something mellow and nostalgic, and I caught myself swaying slightly. Kai noticed. Still dancing in your chair like you did in college, he said. I smiled. It's muscle memory. You used to say music made the pain speak. It still does. But now it's whispering instead of screaming. He reached for his water but never touched it. I've missed this version of you. She went missing for a while. I know. We talked for hours. About books, old professors, regrets. What love feels like when it's real, and how dangerous it is when it's not. At some point, my hand brushed his when we both reached for the check. I froze. He didn't. He just slowly pulled back. You don't need another man claiming you. You need yourself. That hit something deep. I didn't expect this to feel like home, I said. He smiled. But it was sad. You forgot what home feels like. The drive back was silent. My phone buzzed twice. Liam, probably. I didn't check. When I got home, the house was dark except for the hallway light. Liam was in bed, scrolling. He didn't look up. "You're late?" he muttered. "I didn't know there was a curfew." "No text. You didn't ask for one." He rolled over. "Whatever." I walked to the mirror and slowly removed my earrings. He still didn't look. "I wore the dress." I said. "What?" "The one I bought for your promotion dinner." "The one you never noticed." He said nothing. I slipped under the covers, but I didn't close my eyes. He was breathing heavily, pretending to be asleep. I turned to face the ceiling. Then I whispered, just loud enough for him to hear, "I know everything." Still silence. But I felt the tension in his body. The way he stopped breathing for a second, I smiled to myself. Then I unlocked my phone and left it face up on the nightstand. I wanted him to see it, to know the difference between secrecy and privacy. There was nothing inappropriate, no flirting, just truth, raw and unfiltered. And for once, I didn't care if he read it, because I had nothing to hide and everything to reclaim. "Did you see it?" Maya's voice buzzed through the phone like it was on fire. "See what, Elena?" "Her engagement." "It's not Liam." My stomach didn't flip, my pulse didn't spike. I just blinked at my reflection. "Calm," she posted. "The ring," the caption says, "to the one who was always meant for me." I almost laughed. Liam must be punching air. He deleted his socials. Really? Instagram gone. Twitter scrubbed. Even LinkedIn. Now I laughed. "That's dramatic. You okay?" "I'm better than okay," because in that moment, something inside me clicked into place. The final puzzle piece of something I thought would never make sense. Maya sighed. She used him. Obviously. He was a pit stop. Nothing more. You think he knew? He knows now. I ended the call and turned my phone over. No texts, no calls, no missed messages. Correction, one text from Liam. "I made a mistake." That was it. No apology. No acknowledgement, just that pathetic string of 4 words. I stared at it for exactly 3 seconds. Then I muted the thread. 2 days later, I met Kai for coffee. "You look like a woman who just got promoted emotionally," he smirked, handing me my drink. "Because I am." "What happened?" Elena's engaged. His brow lifted. "To Liam?" "Nope." He leaned back, whistled. "Damn. Plot twist." "Not really. I saw it coming the moment she called me sweetheart." "You don't call someone you're afraid of that." "She was never afraid of you." "She should have been." Kai raised his cup to karma. "We see linked." As we sat down outside, sun glowing through the patio umbrella, I felt something shift. Like the air belonged to me again. "You good?" Kai asked. "Yeah. For once. I don't feel like a backup plan." He smiled. "That's because you never were." I saw him before he saw me. Liam, walking alone on the opposite sidewalk, hoodie, sunglasses, slouched. Kai was mid-sentence when his eyes flicked behind me. "Oh, what?" "Don't look now." But the ghost of douchebag passed as crossing the street. I turned slowly, our eyes locked. He froze. IDID in single quotes. Kai stood. "Want me to?" "No." I smiled. "Watch this." I walked right past Liam, his lips parted like he wanted to say something. His hand twitched like he might reach. I didn't flinch, didn't slow, didn't even tilt my head, just brushed by like he was a shadow. "Kai," I said, loud enough for Liam to hear. "Can we grab that second coffee now? I feel like celebrating." Kai grinned. Double shot of letting go coming right up. Liam stood still as we walked away, like a broken statue. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. Because for the first time in forever, he was the one watching me walk away. "Here?" Maya raised an eyebrow. "You sure?" "Yeah." I stepped onto the old dock. Wood creaking under my sandals. This is where it ended. So it's where it has to close. Kai held the picnic basket like we were on a light-hearted afternoon date. Not a funeral for my past. I sat down cross-legged at the edge of the dock. The lake shimmered, just like it had that night years ago when Liam said "I love you" for the first time. He was barefoot. He pulled me in and kissed me mid-sentence. I could still hear the water. But now it didn't echo with his voice. It was mine. Maya passed me a can of soda. "So? What's the plan?" "Burn his sweater and curse the moon." I smiled. Too much effort. Not even a symbolic middle finger. I reached into my bag, pulled out the last photo of us, smiling, golden. The fake kind of happy, this is it, I said. Kai leaned in. You sure? Completely. I looked at my reflection in the water's stronger eyes. A mouth that knew how to stay silent, a face no longer waiting for apologies. You don't have to toss it, Maya said softly. I want to. I held the photo one last time, kissed my fingertip, pressed it to our frozen smiles, then let it flutter into the lake. It sank slow like it didn't want to leave. To bad. Maya whistled. Damn, that was poetic. I'm full of surprises. Kai unwrapped a sandwich, I have expected a full exorcism. I thought about it, I shrugged, pulling a small candle from my tote. But this felt better. Maya tilted her head. A candle? I nodded. No fire, no ashes, just light. Kai handed me his lighter. You really are different now. Because I'm not trying to hurt him anymore. Silence. Then Maya muttered. That's gotta be the realest plot twist of all. I lit the wick. Watched the flame flicker against the breeze. Healing burns slower than hate, I said, setting the candle on the dock beside me. But it lasts longer. We sat quietly, the three of us, watching the lake absorb what used to be. My phone buzzed once in my pocket. I didn't check it, didn't need to. I already knew who it was, and I already knew my answer.